Harvey, what are you doing here? Game time's tomorrow. We got nothing to say.
I'm here to help you.
I don't need your help. And you wouldn't be here unless you need mine.
You're wrong. I can help you do what you always said you're all about, putting bad guys away.
You got a confession for me?
You're going after the wrong person.
Well, you're her lawyer. That's what you would say.
I'm not here as her lawyer. This isn't a speech for a jury. I'm here man to man to talk to the guy I used to know.
Go ahead. Talk.
I know who really did this.
Then tell me who it is.
I need a guarantee you won't use what I tell you against Ava.
If you think I'm going to guarantee you anything but a war tomorrow, you are sadly mistaken.
I can't tell you who did it, but somebody else can.
Who?
Colonel Mariga.
Are you kidding me? I've got the murder weapon. He says Ava Hessington pulled his trigger, and you want me to have him change his story?
He's only pointing at Ava because that's what you want to hear. Change his deal, he'll tell you the truth.
He changes his story now. Anything he says about anybody means shit.
It means shit in court, but if you are who you say you are, it should mean something to you.
You know what, Harvey? I believe that you believe she's innocent, and if you can convince me of that, I won't go after her. But I'm not going to guarantee I won't use what you say before I hear it.
You want me to just trust you?
That's what you're asking me. But if you think that I'm going to kneecap my star witness the day before the trial, you are out of your mind.
The defense calls Stephen Huntley to the stand.
What has Stephen Huntley got to do with this?
Harvey knows what he's doing.
Is this what you wanted to sell me, a lawyer from your own goddamn firm?
You want to put away the bad guy? I'm about to hand him to you on a silver platter. Mr. Huntley, did you work at the law firm headed by Edward Darby last year?
Yes.
Did Mr. Darby ask you to solve any problems for Hessington Oil regarding their pipeline and the EIR?
I decline to answer under my Fifth Amendment rights.
The right against self-incrimination. How long have you known Colonel Mariga?
I decline to answer.
Is it true that you went to school with him at the University of Cape Town?
I decline to answer.
Well, let me refresh your memory. You were teammates on a championship rugby team.
Objection. Counsel is testifying.
The witness is hostile, Your Honor.
Hostile? They work at the same law firm.
He was fired yesterday.
Gentlemen, approach.
He's making things up to create reasonable doubt.
I'm bringing things up so you'll see the truth. The only thing tying Ava to this is Mariga's testimony. You only have Mariga because you tapped Stephen's phone.
That's a ridiculous accusation.
Cameron, please. Why did he call him? How did he call him?
Enough. You're on a short leash, Mr. Spector. The gentleman invoked his rights.
Mr. Huntley, did you meet with your old friend Emmanuel Mariga and direct him to kill the opponent of Hessington Oil's pipeline without Ava Hessington's knowledge?
I decline to answer.
I have no further questions.
Mr. Dennis, do you have any questions? Mr. Dennis?
Mr. Huntley, until you were let go, you worked at the same firm as Mr. Spector, correct?
Yes.
And his job today is to give this jury cause to doubt that his client is a murderer?
Yes.
In your experience, is pointing the finger at someone else a good strategy?
It can be an excellent strategy.
And why do you think that Mr. Spector is pointing the finger at you?
Well, maybe it has something to do with the fact that a few weeks ago, Miss Hessington approached me and asked me to bribe witnesses who were about to testify against her, and I refused. And if you think I'm lying under oath, then please ask Mr. Spector. He knows that's the truth.
And a woman who bribes witnesses against her is not innocent.
Objection.
Withdrawn. One last thing. Did the defendant ask you to arrange a meeting with Colonel Mariga where she would pay him millions of dollars in exchange for killing opponents of her pipeline?
I decline to answer.
Can't blame a guy for trying. No further questions.
New plan. We're gonna convince Cameron that Ava's innocent.
Have you been drinking?
Yeah? Why?
Because wasn't that the old plan?
That was the old goal. This time it's you who's going to Cameron.
If he won't hear the truth from you, how's he gonna hear it from me?
Cameron can't see the truth because all he sees is that he has a winnable case.
And how does that affect what I just said?
Prosecutors are hammers, and they see the accused as nails.
How am I gonna change that?
You're gonna remind him about the time he hit the wrong nail.
I don't know, Harvey. Now, he may have got me out, but he ain't came and put me there in the first place.
Yeah, you're right. You don't owe Harvey. But you do owe me. Because I didn't have anything to do with putting you in there, but I broke the law to get you out.
How much did you pay him?
Cameron.
Pay who?
Don't play dumb. Clifford Danner.
Who the hell is Clifford Danner?
He was an innocent person that Cameron put behind bars.
And I thought he would make you see reason.
That has nothing to do with this. And I didn't put him behind bars. You did.
Then I got him out.
Well, you're not getting her out because she did it. And yesterday, your own colleague said that she did it.
He did not say that, and you know it.
You willing to take that risk?
What are you suggesting?
I've worked with him long enough to know what he's suggesting. Cameron Dennis doesn't go to verdict. He cuts deals.
Then let me tell you about what's behind door number 1. 8 years. 8 years instead of forever.
Leave us alone.
Court's in 10 minutes. You have until then.
Harvey, he's got us and you know it.
No, he doesn't. She's not going to prison for 1 day.
She's going for the rest of her life if we don't take this deal.
I am not losing to him.
Your blood feud or whatever it is you have with that man is what put the target on my back in the first place.
Ava, we need to face reality.
She is not taking that deal.
She better, because she can't buy her way out of it. And you can't cover up your way out of it.
I don't care.
Well, what's your idea? Because unless you're going to testify that Stephen did this without Ava's knowledge, you can't help. And as you said, you have no proof. So why don't you get out of the room and let the grown-ups talk?
What if I was to testify to that?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about putting words to a conversation that should have happened but didn't.
You'd say that you confronted Stephen and he admitted it?
I made this mess. It's up to me to clear it up.
What do you want?
Edward pleads to obstruction of justice, 5 years probation.
You drop the charges against Ava.
And he testifies at Stephen Huntley's murder trial.
And why would I swap out Ava for her minion?
Cameron, you gave us that offer for a reason. You're at the finish line. You can taste the win, but it's not 100%. And you know it, because you're still banking on an admitted murder with an incentive to lie. I'm giving you a respected lawyer with an incentive to keep his mouth shut. You know who has a better chance at getting you a win.
Draw up the paperwork.
Harvey and Cameron made a deal to take you down, and part of that deal was that I got to be the one to tell you about it.
I meant to when I said I never meant to hurt you.
And I meant it when I said that you make me sick.
What is this?
What is what?
This says that I forfeit my license to practice law in this country.
Oh, that's just something I added in.
This is unacceptable.
Wait a minute. How could you add that in if we did the paperwork?
And if he can't practice law in the country, he can't be a member of our firm.
We must have agreed to it in advance.
You set this whole thing up.
Jessica set this whole thing up. But what's it matter? You really gonna put this on Ava when you can get off with a slap on the wrist?
I asked you to put aside your anger.
I did. You said Ava was family. The thing about family is they make it easy to put you in a position where you don't have a choice.
Now, you gonna sign the deal, or do I just pick up the trial right where we left off?
You're doing the right thing, Edward. We'll worry about the terms of our dissolution tomorrow. And Edward, we may be getting a divorce, but I fully intend on keeping ownership of the house.
Who'd have thought we'd end up here?
I did.
No, you didn't. You took a chance with Clifford Danner, and you know it.
It wasn't a chance. I played the man. And Cameron, you're not only about winning. You're about putting guilty people away.
Nice working with you.
One-time deal.
I guess this means you're not looking for another name partner.
Goodbye, Cameron.